Okay, sorry for the dead silence here, guys. Just running into some technical troubles, it seems. Okay, are we online now? Let me check on my Twitch if everything's working. Technical troubles are always so much fun. Hey, and there we are live. Great stuff. That took a while to actually get up and running. Okay. Alrighty, so that was a little bit of a pain, but it does look like we're up to always speed. So much fun. Just and getting all our invites and everything sorted out. That took a while to actually get up and running. There we go. We're the man. Okay. Alrighty, so that was a little bit of a pain, but it does look like we're up to speed. So much fun. Okay. Just and getting all our invites and everything. Yes, I have an echo on an echo on an echo. Get up and running. Watching my channel. That is not great. Okay. Alrighty, so that was a little bit of a pain. Take the recording off. It does look like we're always so much fun. We've done some invites already. Let's get all our invites and everything. Yes, I have an echo on an echo on an echo. Let's get the good old regulars in place. That is not great. For those of you in South Africa, yeah, happy Heritage Day. I hope you guys have had a few braais and things are looking good. Yeah, I think let's close off the evening with a little bit of fun. What I am going to do is, near the end of my stream, I'm going to show you footage from a match I recently had playing Farming Simulator League on the new client. Yeah, it's really interesting. With a little bit of fun. So what I am stick around, we'll catch that near the end of the stream. It is a 15-minute window, so what I'll do is about an hour 15 into the stream, maybe an hour and a half into the stream, playing pop that Farming Simulator League on the new client. Yeah, it is. Alrighty, so yeah, so what I am stick around, we'll catch that, go and get the end of the stream. It is a 15-minute window, so what I'll do is about an hour 15 into the stream. Okay, there we go. We should be fine. Okay, let's have a look, make sure that everything we need to have online is online and running. What we need now is a little bit of shameless self-promotion to happen, and then life will be good. Alrighty, so we've gone to TSR. Let's go to Welker and go and drop a live stream there. And let's go to auto drive and yeah. Let's go and throw it in there. Yeah. Cool. I think our stream cord is the one that I should have promoted on. Promote your Twitch. There we go. I am making a mistake here. I should be going. Should be advertising my twitch.tv address, not my OBS address. Alright, that's good. Let's see. Sweet. Okay, so back to the stream. Apologies for the delay, guys. So what we've got is, yeah, we're coming back to the Lost in a Foreign Land series, and in this series I introduced you to Uncle Paolo, or at least the thought of Uncle Paolo, if that makes any sense. We've got stranded here with a Mahindra and a piece of land, both of which we don't actually own. We've just had the use thereof. A few days have passed since I last connected with you guys. and the story is that Uncle Paolo is unfortunately being remanded in custody for a further court date. So they've had the preliminary date, and that has turned out to be not in his favor, which is not great. Unfortunately, I don't know the legal system in Italy, and I'm kind of flying completely blind here. All I've got is his legal team. I've got different people I'm speaking to that are giving me different pieces of advice, so I'm not sure what is what. But I've been told that until further notice, and further notice according to them could take anywhere up to 2 or 3 years, I have the right to go, do whatever I want to do on the property. Whatever equipment has been supplied, I may use, I may sell, I may do whatever I like with it. The catch is, though, that there's a value that's been set to each of these pieces of equipment, and each of those pieces of equipment will then basically come out of my pocket. Should it go negatively for my uncle, but if everything goes well, then basically I would pay him back that equipment. So I'm hoping that everything goes well and there's no further issues, but it will get to the point where a decision needs to be made. Now, what that point is a little bit difficult to tell, but we'll see soon enough, hopefully. So we're just going to go and do a few updates on the different channels, and I'm trying to get as much money in as I possibly can. So I'm streaming my unfortunate situation, and I'm hoping that this will result in some kind of revenue that's been generated, or maybe somebody will feel sorry for my situation, give me a little bit of a sponsorship. But where we are at the moment is I essentially have no money. Any money that I make, I have to account for, and by accounting for it, I need to go and make sure that I can say how much I've spent, how much I've bought. If I made any losses, I need to go and prove that that is a valid expense, etc., etc., etc. So it's quite interesting. I've also now got a penalty that's come about where I went and cut down trees that I wasn't aware that I wasn't allowed to cut down. So I'm now in a position where I need to go and replant trees because I didn't know any better. There's all these obscure little laws and stuff in the country, and fortunately the cop that picked us up, he was friendly enough, and he kind of gave me an ultimatum, and but if I didn't abide by those rules, then he would have me arrested and formal charges would be laid. So essentially I had to plant two new trees for every tree that I cut down, and I needed to pay for those trees. So I've made a little bit of money. The trees that I've cut down, they brought in quite a significant amount of money. It allowed me to buy this tractor, the plow, and it's given me 30-odd thousand euros that I have available. And then on top of that, I do have the TLX 2020 at the back there that's fully paid for, so I'm not leasing anything, so I don't have any overheads, fortunately. But I do need to go and buy another 100 trees sometime before winter is done. You will see, I'll take it right up there just now. I just want to finish this bottom section. There are 110 pallets of trees that are already in place, so 200 trees, and I've roughly cut out 150 trees out of this area. Surprisingly enough, it was quite an impressive area. So it's made me a little bit of money, but it also means I've got a bit of work. So whenever I don't have anything else to do, I'm planting trees. Fun. Yay me. The other problem is, as well, the climate in Italy is quite different to what I'm used to. So wheat and barley gets planted in autumn, not in spring as you would normally have. and it gets harvested in the spring here, but it basically gets pulled through the winter and we get it in this early part of the year. So I can't plant anything until much later. I've then got the option of planting cotton, which is unfortunately too expensive. I've got the option of planting sunflowers, which again has expensive equipment but not as bad, and then soybeans has got fairly expensive equipment. But now if I plan this properly, see, I've got corn and potatoes and sweet sugar beets that I can do, and sugarcane also becomes an option, but all expensive crops. So what I'm thinking is I want to go soybeans because it has a pretty decent yield, and I still have 2 full days in which to generate a little bit of income and make some money to be able to pay for the equipment. So I'm going to need to buy a planter, or a seeder at least, or drill as you would often call it, and then I can go and drill the fields and go and get that all sorted out. One of the catches, because I am a little bit lost and I'm away from home, I don't have the ability of leasing any equipment. I don't have the ability to go and do a temporary lease on any contracts. So if we're going to do a contract, any of these contracts here, if I don't have the equipment to run this contract, I can't do the contract. So right now I've got a plow that I can go and plow a field with. I also have I'm going to need to buy a planter and for normal seeds and stuff, so that would become an option. Right now, not really much. I could always get a potato planter. I'd have got enough money for that, but I don't have the harvesting equipment, and I don't have the means to go and actually go and pull it out of the ground. I mean, that's the biggest issue. So this stuff is just too expensive. So I've got this planter over here that I can go and use on the tractor that I've got. It's fine, but I don't have I don't have a forward-facing I don't have forward hydraulics, so I can't go and chop it, and I also don't have 150,000 euros to buy that piece of equipment. So potatoes are just out of the question. If I go and do a seeder, if I get the Amazon, that I can do. I can do the Spirit as well. That's also pretty decent. And then the Agromas, the Stara over here, which will plant and it will fertilize at the same time. But I just don't have enough money for it, so I'm gonna have to stick to the Amazon, and I'll have to get something really cheap to go and do fertilizing with, and just hope that I survive the winter. So if I'm gonna have a look at where's the fertilizer technology, I've got this Axis unit here, I've got the Exacta. Those are the 2 devices that I pretty much have access to. Now I'd be able to use this. I don't have anything that's going to allow me to do lime. That's 39,000 for the cheapest version of that, so that's not an option. So I'm just going to have to live without the lime, and also weeding. So lots of contracts in my future. But either way, we will get around this. We will go and, even if we have to go and sell some equipment that we don't absolutely need. I don't want to do that, but you do what you need to do. I am far away from home. I don't have any cash reserves. What you're seeing over there, the 33,000 is what I have, and I owe most of that to, well, my uncle or his lawyers. So this piece of property that I'm on is currently valued at 106,000 euros. That's not my 106,000 euros. I can sell this piece of land, but I must pay back the money. Compounded is I had a little Mahindra, which was valued at, and I have to use the new value of these vehicles. So the little Mahindra was 17,200. So I have to pay back 17,200 plus the property if I sell it. If I sell it and buy another piece of property, well, I still have to pay it back, or give back that piece of property. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a tricky one. hoping that Uncle Paolo's okay. I'm hoping that there's nothing serious that's happened, and yeah, it's just holding thumbs right now. So yeah, I believe we're going to plant soybeans. We're just going to have to run back the vehicle all the time to go and get extra seed if we need it, and we'll have to just manually go and fertilize those fields, and just live with the fact that there's no lime in the ground, and just maybe put lime in for next season. We know that we have access to this property for at least 2 years, so 8 seasons. I hope that we don't ever have to give this back again. At least that way we may get some kind of reward for the development of the property from Uncle Paolo. But if he loses his case, whatever I do on here doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. The property belongs to the state, which will then be used to recoup whatever losses or costs that they incur. So yeah, we're taking a big risk, and until things clear up, we are where we are. Hi Fibro Concrete, how you doing, man? I hope you're enjoying the stream. You haven't caught any of the previous episodes of this Lost in a Foreign Country, but let me explain to you the premise behind it. It's essentially a survivalist approach. The story behind it is I got invited to Italy, to La Coronella, to come and do some farming with my uncle, and yeah, COVID hit, the wheels came off the bus, and here I am stuck. And the best of all is he got arrested for supposed fraud, and I'm now sitting waiting for an outcome. So until he comes out, and until the whole COVID pandemic thing irons out a little bit, I'm stuck in Italy. I don't know anybody. I have no credit history here. I don't even have a passport. So I'm just really stranded. But friendly enough people, even the guys that are trying to control the environment, the cops and the lawyers and whatever else, they've been pretty friendly and they've been pretty helpful. So we'll see how things go. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Fibro Concrete. Appreciate it. I don't know if you've entered the competition that I have running at the moment. We will be doing new competitions into the next month, and we're also going to be pushing pretty hard for the Farming Simulator Africa series that we're going to be running for October 24th and 25th. If we can get enough players in online, we're going to do scrims every Friday evening at 7:30. If you just want to see what the FSL client looks like, just to have a little bit of fun, jump in. If you want to do something more serious and you want to actually do a little bit of practicing, jump in, put a team together. Doesn't cost you anything except the base game, and the client itself is free. So if you've got Farming Simulator 19, you can just download the client. It's about 1.1 gigs, and come and join us. Access to the platform will be available through my Twitch channel. I will be streaming on the day, and if you'd like to join us, just hit me up there and we can go. Wow, getting there. Do much better with a square plow. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I suppose that we can relate then. I'm actually busy making an offer on a farm in Henley on Klip, a nursery, a wholesale nursery. And yeah, I went to agricultural school and I've got quite a bit of exposure to that. And I own an IT company in Johannesburg. So yeah, it's always interesting catching people, in that space. Do you stream at all, or are you just someone who watches? And more importantly, do you play FS19? If you do, I do have a Discord channel, and we are trying to get a little bit more traction on it. But we run multiplayer maps. We try and keep it small so that you don't have these, 2, 3, 4 gig downloads. And we're hoping to demo one of our maps fairly soon. It's not going to be submitted to Giants anytime soon, but we're going to be playing on it live online so that we can kind of get the bugs out of it. And we welcome any kind of input, especially local players. Ideally, something that we try and we're trying to build a bit of an environment in South Africa where it just never was the case before. And I mean, the most important thing I'm finding at the moment is that as much as there's a lot of South African gamers on the international scene, South Africa is very much excluded from the international scene. So I've been working hard trying to get a presence there from myself, as well as trying to build a little bit of an environment. I was officially appointed a Giant Software ambassador for South Africa. So if there's anything you'd like to see happen, kind of within reason, we can discuss it, and I can take it to the team at Giants and see if we can do something about it, which is a pretty cool place to be. It's all early days and we haven't really got much happening on it yet, but I'm pretty excited at the fact that that's even available to me. It's not the same as being a Giants partner. Giants partners are generally streamers that have achieved certain stream numbers and that stream FSL. I'm in a slightly different position. I would like to become a partner as well, but I'm a little bit of a way off from that. The South African market is not very conducive to the non-commercial games. If you were a Call of Duty streamer or something of that nature, you tend to get a lot more followers a lot quicker. My 58 followers that I've got at the moment was a hard fight. Just sorry, just give me 1 second. sorry, I'm just picking up a bit of an issue with the channel that my radio the radio stream that I do before my Twitch stream, and one of the guys has got some college stuff. He just didn't make it in time, but he didn't tell me. And I'm a radio moderator, so I kind of need to keep on top of that kind of thing. So just give me a few seconds. Alrighty, sweet. So we have got, let me pop this in over here, and we want to do it here as well. Well, that's a bit tricky. No, man, idiot. Yeah, Namakwa Farmer, just give me a second. I will give you the link to Discord now. Okay, so Discord channel has been put in the chat, and I'm just doing it over here as well. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, so anybody in South Africa, anywhere, we're not restricting the tournament to South Africa. It is available internationally. So you know, neighboring countries in Africa, the US, Europe. We've got some interest from some of the FSL players from Season 2 that they might come and join us. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. And I'll jump across and just do a little bit of a stream on how that all looks. Just on the client itself and the fun we had with it last night. Unfortunately, I've only got one game recorded, but tomorrow afternoon at 7:30 we will be doing we'll have an open script where anybody can jump in and join us, and we'll even help you with keys and registration and that type of thing. All you need is the base game. Okay, that's looking good. Let's go and sort out our trees. Let's just get this corner done. Surprisingly enough, I don't see a lot of South African streamers. You know, I would think there would be at least a few. I found one guy who streams, and he doesn't stream, you know, anything simulation style. He's more FPS type games. Unfortunately, I don't know his name offhand. Yeah, did watch him for a while the other night. But every streamer that I've seen in South Africa has either just been a part-time kind of, you know, stream when I can kind of person, which is fine. I mean, there's no issue with that. It's just there's no full-time streamers. I'm definitely not a full-time streamer. I'm you know, I've got maybe 4 hours a week, maybe 6 hours a week I do. Fabro, yeah, simple answer there is we do like accounting systems and point of sale systems. We sell PCs, we do IT support, and we do we actually design whole new packages and stuff. We do solutions, so it's a bit more comprehensive than just going, do you sell or do you do? We do a whole lot of stuff. I've got a team based in Joburg, and we are looking at doing what happened there? We are looking at doing a few more things. I got to figure out how this works. I haven't actually used the hand planter before. Okay, well, think I have to put a piece of equipment down. Just bear with me a second. I've got a hand planter tool that I use, that I want to use. I've never used it before, so this is new territory for me. Okay, so I've got the mod installed. Let's go and have a look. Forestry equipment, maybe. Training. Alright, okay, so I had to go and buy the tool to go and do it first. Hey! So, here's my... That's pretty neat. It's different to what I was expecting. I've seen other tree planting tools that have been available. So I don't exactly have a huge amount of space here. I've got to plant all those pallets over there, plus another 5 into effectively this area at the top. Otherwise I don't have enough field available to do the rest of the work I want to do. The nice thing though is, as long as I keep replacing them, I can treat this as a forest, which allows me then to go and grow them, cut them, and just make some money off it. This is multiple years though, so I'm forced to plant the trees because of the trees I cut down. You're in Secunda at the moment. What are you doing? I can't stream because I'm out a lot with contracts, so I'm on my mobile most of the time. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, look, I had the same problem until quite recently. My job puts me pretty much all over the country. I've got clients as far south as Cape Town and as far north as Toyondo, I think is the furthest north that I've got. And then, I've got clients in Swakopmund and I've got clients in Maputo. So, all over the place that I physically have to go and see every now and then. And then on top of that, I've got clients in the States that I actually deal with every now and then, not too often. So yeah, I can sympathize and I understand your position. It's tricky, but I've gotten to the point where this is something I want to do. It's something I want to do, be quite serious about. So I've been putting a lot of time and effort into this, and one of the key things I wanted to become is an affiliate at the very least. So has it been... That's interesting. It doesn't actually deduct it out of here. Well, there's a fair amount of trees. Alright, let's go with my tractor and go and get the cedar. Other thing I've done is Fibro Concrete. Thank you so much for the chair. Really appreciate it. I only just recently became an affiliate, so that is my first chair. So friggin' A, man. I appreciate the support. I'm hoping that things kind of keep on in the same vein. So yeah, looking forward to giving you guys lots of reasons to give me cheers and subscriptions and all the other little lovely things that go with it. But all with time. So, alrighty, so getting back to the story over here. I don't have to do anything specific with this field over here. I can do with it what I like. So I'm thinking I'm going to plow this deck that I'm on at the moment all the way to that back section over there. The same as I've done with the bottom of here. So basically plow from here. Yeah, the face cam thing is a little bit of a debatable item. I've got it's kind of in between. So I got a lot of guys that are saying you have to have a face cam, otherwise you're just not going to get followers. And I got other guys that got huge amounts of followers and they don't have face cams, they don't have anything else like that. It depends on what type of streamer you are. I think because I try to be more entertaining and more engaging, face cam is important for what I want to achieve. But a lot of guys just don't do it and they don't see the value in it, and there's no need for it. So yeah, I am thinking of getting a face cam, but I've got a face for radio, so yeah, I don't know if it's a wise idea, but we'll see. Okay, just going to tell you guys, for those who play the FS19, this TLX 2020, the double cab version, is pretty buggy. There's this 82s, the TLX 2020 single cab 6.7. Yeah, it's very buggy. Brilliant, I really enjoy it, and it's a good price and whatnot, but it's very buggy. I just realized something. I have that on lease. I need to stop leasing that. I shouldn't have that on lease. I'm not allowed to have a lease. So, return. Now I'll have to go and get one of those vehicles. Cedar is more important though, so let's get the Cedar first and then see what money we get left from there. Maybe we take the single cab unit. Only thing with this Fiat, it's actually a brilliant little tractor, 110 kilowatts, but it is slow. It is so damn slow. But for what you're getting out of it, it's not a bad vehicle. Would be nice if it had a forward-facing hydraulic. That would also make it a little bit. I generally try and stay realistic as much as possible, no matter what map I'm on. I'm trying the survivalist approach now, but even when I'm playing, just playing on a multiplayer or something like that, I tend to avoid things like, the teleport or the switching between vehicles, that type of thing. Just, I have been and I am aiming to be again a farmer in real life, and I'd like this to actually reflect that experience. Some of my live streams in probably the next couple of months is going to be around, what I'm going to be doing on my new farm, depending on which one I take. One farm we're looking at just doing lucerne to start off with, and that's going to involve a lot of leveling of ground and ripping out of trees, and it's all stuff that you're going to live stream and make a little bit of a show out of, and just a lot of really boring driving around tractor and ploughing fields, and not ploughing as much as cultivating. I mean, lucerne you don't need to plough, you just need to lift the first 10 or 20 millimeters and get that churned over. So cultivating, and fortunately the ground we're looking at is pretty soft, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Namakwa Farmer, thanks for the follow there, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the stream. Hope you guys can catch us on Fridays at 7:30 when we're going to be doing a FSL stream. We have got 3 players that will be online. Oh yeah, no. We're going to have 3 players online, so we just need to have 3 more players. Where we don't have players, we're going to be playing current streams, current recordings of streams, and as soon as we have 6 players, we will be jumping into the FSL client. So if you can, join us. We'll be probably streaming for about 2 hours, which does allow you to enjoy your Friday evening a little bit with us. Yeah, man, look, I've been in business for a long time, so there's definitely a lot of easy ways of emptying your bank account. And as much as farming is not the most profitable business out there, I'd much rather be a farmer than a lot of the other things that I've been in over the years. Okay, 13 grand. What's this? This is, they're both 3 meters. Doesn't really give me any difference except that one runs faster. That little tractor can't pull it faster anyway. And that does 2,800 liters. Nope. MKE 300. Some of these things I don't actually go and pay attention to. But that MKE 300 does, you know, it's something you want to go and attach. Sorry, just, there we go. So you can run a power harrow at the front of the vehicle, and you can run the seeder at the back. So it allows you to do that all in one process. So I need to get the power harrow first, and then the seeder, and then go from there. So lots of back and forth, and that's going to be the little bit of money that I've got now. Let's have a look. The seeder is 13 grand, so let me buy this before I run into trouble. And get myself a bag of seed. Because we're playing alone in the map, I can leave my seeds here. Yeah, that's not going to allow me to run that, so let's run the power arrow back first and go clean up that field. $2,800 euros is all we've got left. And I still have to pay rent. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I am. The nursery is a 17 hectare piece of land, and 17.6 I think it is, and 2 hectares used by the homestead, and there's free-range chickens, and there's a full nursery where there's mostly like flowers and plants and that kind of thing. There's a lot of trees. There's geese, swans, so it's quite an involved business. And then just over 15 hectare of land, about 15.6-ish, is just arable, unused land, and we have about 90% of that is usable. There's little rocky outcrops every year and there. Actually, more like about 95% usable. And that field hasn't been turned over in probably about 15 years. So the idea is I want to get into the farm, get the nursery, you know, churning out more than what it's doing at the moment, and you know, start turning over that land. There's a little Ford 3000 tractor there that'll be able to pull a plow. Maybe not the biggest, probably about the same size as a little Fiat. There's seeders. There's a seeder there. There's a plow there. There's a cultivator there. There is a spreader there. So it's pretty much all the major tools that I need as part of the property purchase. So yeah, it's looking pretty exciting. The other property is just bare land, vacant lot, 3.6 hectare, a lot cheaper of course, and we're looking at possibly taking both, but that one we just put under Lucerne for maybe a year or two. IT business will still run, so we're going to have that just as a side income. Probably not going to make any money, it's just going to pay itself, but it's building an asset. So yeah, it's going to be exciting stuff. You're quite lucky with your father-in-law. my parents might come and join me on the farm as well, but my dad is going to be 80 next year, so he's not going to do much as he'll want to. He's not going to be able to do much other than just kind of be an armchair pilot. Yeah, Broncos Strait was an option for us, but yeah, we just found much better pieces of land more south of Joburg, so yeah, I'm going to stick with what we got. That was stupid. I just ran the thing for a while without... It's not bad. So this tractor could possibly take this thing as full load. Let's just pull you off to the side. Okay. So I can pull a little bit further. That's fine. Yeah, we made the decision probably about 6 months ago. On the property, we decided we didn't want anything less than 5 hectares. But getting a piece of land is tricky. And when you farm, you should know how hard is it to finance a piece of land if it's not something that's already in the family. You know, you'll get 70 or 80% finance on it. That's it if you're lucky. If you don't have cash money to put behind it, well, you know, that's you. It ain't gonna happen. Oh, wait a minute. I was an idiot. Just looking at this now, this can actually take both. I'm going to go and hook that seeder and see if I was being stupid. I hope this tractor can pull both. Okay, so for anybody who is has not seen it yet, we have got a competition on the go. There is a giveaway that's happening at the moment. It is for the Alpine Farming Mod DLC. The draw will be happening at the end of this month. It is an automated draw, so you know, anybody who enters will be eligible. I will not be doing the picking myself, and we'll be doing a draw every month for different things. For those who do not have the base game, the Alpine Farming DLC that we have on offer is exchangeable with the base game. So all you do is when you win, I will reach out through whichever channel that you connected on, maybe email or a whisper, yeah, on this channel. Yeah, Namakwa Farmer, I was being an idiot. I haven't actually used that setup before. I've used lots of different versions. I've just never run a power harrow. It's just never been something that I've needed to do. So, yeah, just not using the full brain to this evening. It's been a tough week, especially the day off today. The Wednesday was much harder, and tomorrow's going to be, you know, a lot of fun. There's no such thing as getting a day off. All it means is you're going to work twice as hard on 2 other days. Yeah, so the way you got your farm, that's pretty much what we're looking at for the farm. We're looking to get the 17.3 hectare one. Is we're going to look at leasing the farm, you know, lease to buy over a period of time. And yeah, because it's a farm, you know, it's difficult to sell a piece of property, so it's not just hard to buy it, but it's hard to get it sold as well. So the owner seems to be quite open to it. So yeah, I might be going very similar route to what you did. Looking forward to it. The place is absolutely stunning. The fact that it has a profitable business on the premises as part of the deal definitely does not hurt. So I don't have to go and build it from scratch. It is there, it is operating. It just needs love and attention to keep it going. And that I can do. I mean, my wife is joining me. I've got probably one of my kids, maybe 2 of them, is going to be joining me. So I've got hands available. My parents are probably going to move in with me, so we've got kind of just eyes on the ground all the time, and there's already a staff in place, so it's a walk in and carry on going. Fortunately, I have got experience in agriculture. My nephew, who's looking to get involved with me, is actually a horticulturist, so he understands the plants and everything that we're looking to put in. So it's pretty cool, pretty well geared around it. So I'm looking forward to it. It's some really exciting stuff. And then I haven't announced this much, but we are looking to partner with a South African manufacturer of farming equipment and an importer of some big brand names like Krona and Kuhn and that kind of thing. And we're going to be looking at doing some equipment tours and some live streams around the balers and mowers and trailers and all of the stuff that the guys do, cultivators and plows and all of those fun things. So we're hoping that comes off soon. So a lot of our streams are now going to be kind of more on the ground. We'll probably do a lot more in the YouTube side, because YouTube's a lot more forgiving with that type of thing. But we're definitely not moving away from Twitch, and we definitely are going to evolve this quite a bit. So it's pretty exciting stuff. I can't wait for some of that to start coming off. One day when I'm big. Kind of guessing from the way you describe it that you're probably not too far off my age, the way you went about getting the farm in place, fibro concrete, having a concrete business to go with it. You're definitely not in your 20s. If you are, friggin' well done. If you aren't, I'm guessing you're closer to my age, around early 40s, late 30s. Well, from everything you've said, well done. That's by the time I hit 29, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. So the fact that you've got a farm and you've got a business that's operating, kudos to you, man. Ford and Case. Yeah, look, is Ford even available anymore? Isn't that all part of the International Harvest of the Case lineup? There aren't any actual Ford tractors. It's all Case. Ford rebranded as Case, and all the other brands that they have under their banner. Isn't that AGCO, if I'm not mistaken? So that's all of those guys are together. Is AGCO a completely different company? So I'm just going to keep an eye on the other stream, just make sure I haven't missed anybody. Yeah, from New Holland, you're right. That's the trick to it. Look, I may not have known what I wanted to do when I was 29 years old, but I was not hanging around with my mates. I wasn't doing anything like that. I was working hard. I was building experience and building a reputation. I'm now in a position where, as much as I stream and that kind of thing, my primary business and what I do is around the business that I'm in. You know, I've got clients all over the place that ask for me personally because I know what I'm doing, and you're probably in the exact same space. You put your head down, you bust your ass to get to get an understanding of what's going on, and now you are, you know, the best guy in your space, and people ask for you, and that's what I work hard to get to. So don't make a mistake that I screwed around. I just didn't have as clear a sense of direction as you seem to have. Okay, something new. Let's see if there's a little trick to the handles. Nice. As much as I haven't been doing it, I generally do first-person view, just to keep it a little bit more on point. Because this is a completely new map, and I'm doing stuff that I haven't done before, I haven't been doing it, so it's a bad habit. But let me stick to it for now. The one thing that you might enjoy, I'm Kempton Park. Born and bred, Springs, spent a lot of my life at Sun City, Rustenburg World. That's where I kind of got involved with farming and whatnot. But currently, business is in Benoni, and I live in Kempton Park. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is done. Yeah, it is done. Thanks for the heads up, though. But yeah, it is done. Yeah, so a little bit of old fartism just kicked in. There was something I wanted to tell you guys that you might be interested in. Oh yeah, okay. So I've recently been appointed an ambassador for Giants Software. And I've been lucky enough to get involved with them on a couple of different exciting new things. And one of the things that I'm busy building in South Africa is through this partner that I'm talking about. I mentioned that you may have as a sponsor. We are going to put together a FS19 based training tool. So it is going to be 3 screens. It's a proper gaming system, and you would have one screen like this. The cameras would just touch the screen, and you'd have the other screen would give you that angle, and then that angle over there. And it's a proper training tool. It's going to have the Giants Logitech controller in with the deck that's built for Farming Simulator, and it will have a proper seat. We're hoping we're going to get a seat like out of an actual tractor. Thanks Fiber Concrete for this host there. I really appreciate it. So once that starts happening, that's another thing that I'm going to start streaming as well. And we're actually going to offer some training in South Africa for operators of different pieces of equipment using that Farming Simulator 19 base. The AgCo guys did it for FS17. There's actually a clip online. I'll make that available. And where they've got a guy sitting in a cab that's in a show, and he's driving one of their harvesters in FS17. So pretty cool stuff. It's really, really, really interesting. You wouldn't think that a game could actually have such traction. Yeah, man. Once we've got it built, I've got all the equipment. I just need to buy some new monitors to make it happen. But I am looking at going to agricultural shows in South Africa where I'm going to be putting that equipment up for farmers to see and have it as a training tool, so that you want to go and send your operator out to go and learn how to operate a piece of machinery. You put him into my simulator first for 10 hours and make him do certain things, and we lock him in the cab, so he's only got the mirrors and you can see what's happening around the vehicle. If he gets out, he actually has a view of the engine, the front of the vehicle, and you can see how all the bits and pieces are operating, because that is already there. So yeah, it's one of those exciting projects that I hope to have off the ground within the next, say, month. Make sure I'm not missing anything down. Seating in first person is a bit trickier, so you're never sure if you're actually getting everything you need to get. I'll cut that corner cleanly, and eventually I'll be able to take it without having to back up. What's up, man? It's gonna be why? Sorry, dude, I can't drop you off. Yeah, it needs a bit more than that. Sorry. Alrighty, so as I promised, I'm going to actually get the FSL scrum that we did last night online. Unfortunately, you can only hear my side of the conversation, but I'll give you a little bit of running commentary as we go, and just kind of give you an idea of the game. It is a hell of a lot of fun. Really, anybody who has the opportunity to do it. At the moment, I only stream FS. I am looking at, I suck at it, but Modern Warfare. I am also looking at possibly buying Escape from Tarkov, but man, it's expensive. World of Warships I also do. Automation Nation. There's quite a few different games that I'm looking at, and I'm open to suggestions. If there's a game you guys want me to check out, I am going to look at changing my streams, where I go from streaming, FS basically 3 nights a week to maybe doing FS 2 nights a week and adding an additional night, swapping out games for the other 2 nights. So, if you've got anything you want to check out that you'd like me to try on stream, I'm definitely open with it. Just give me a heads up and we'll give it a go. It doesn't hurt to try. I've got Redemption 2 on Xbox. I can always look at it there. And actually, you know what? Let me just check it out quickly. I think I've got the Ultimate subscription on Xbox. I might actually have Redemption 2 as part of my package. I don't know if you guys heard the news about Bethesda, where Microsoft has bought out Bethesda Studios, and yeah, the implication there, it's pretty interesting. It's talking about those games now being tied to Microsoft directly, so it's kind of cutting out PS5. But even on top of that, let me finish this. I finished it. Okay, let's go back. On top of that, or at least beyond that, the more important thing is the Xbox streaming channel, or at least the Xbox channels, now will have access to those additional games. Do this right. just I can't see any chat at the moment, so if you can just give me a second. I'm just trying to open up the Xbox Game Pass on one side. If I've got it, I've played it for all of about 30 minutes. I don't really have any handle on it, so if I do play it on stream, it would quite literally be a first touch kind of approach. I just see what I did. I power harrowed that area. I didn't lift both things. I was being a bit of an idiot. Okay, so let's just go back here. Let's see if it's available. It's not cooperating. Look, if you're a serious gamer and you want to have access to like a really good selection of games pretty much all the time, definitely go and check out the Xbox Ultimate Xbox Live Ultimate selection membership. It's 149 Rand a month, and you get free games every month. You get access to a list of games that's, you know, pretty much a mile long, and I think I've screwed something up on my Game Pass, but it gives you access to a whole range of games, and it's play them for as long as they're on that channel, and they normally stay in place for several months, if not years. So I'm pretty certain Red Dead Redemption is on there on the PC side. It's definitely on there for the Xbox side, and the big benefit there is if you got that subscription for Xbox, it covers PC as well. If you're a racing fan, Forza is on there. If you're into other games like Gears of War and that kind of thing, that's on there as well. No additional charge, $150 a month, and that's it. You don't pay a cent extra, which is actually quite brilliant. I've been a subscriber to the Xbox Gold and Game Pass for Xbox Gold probably in the region of about 7 or 8 years. I have a game library that I have spent nothing but my monthly subscription that is nearly 400 games strong. So it's definitely worth it. It's even if you just use it for a couple of games every month. But if I look at it on my Xbox, I get 3 free games a month, and if I look at the pricing of those games can be valued in total upward of 1,200 Rand a month that I'm getting for free. There's some really terrible games in there, I'll give it that much. But generally they're pretty okay. Yeah, kyk, my Afrikaans is nie baie goed nie. Ek is op Afrikaanse laerskool vir so 5 jaar, maar ek praat nie gereeld genoeg Afrikaans nie, so dit is bietjie moeilik. But just because of the nature of the stream and the kind of client base that followers I'm trying to get, unless I'm being asked to speak Afrikaans, I'm generally going to stick to English, because I am trying to approach the international market as much as the South African market. So I can do it, but promise you, you're gonna need some help decoding it a lot of the time. What is handy though with Afrikaans is because of the FSL, I sometimes get to listen in on the German streams, and as much as they're not very close, there's a lot of words you can pick up because of the Afrikaans. So it's pretty neat. I will listen to the guys saying stuff, and my mom worked in a German hotel for a long time, and I hung around the hotel a lot, and then also being able to speak Afrikaans, combination of those two, you can pick up some words, not a huge amount, but enough for you to get by. Yeah, it is, unfortunately. As much as I think Afrikaans is a really expressive language, and it's really cool to use in some areas. It just, it excludes you from quite a big market. One thing I always do is Afrikaans has got such creative ways of describing some things. So, hey JK, how you doing, man? Yeah, so Afrikaans has got some really interesting ways of describing some things. So the one that always sticks with me is, and I bet you, even you as an Afrikaans speaking person, you're not going to get this. What is a diagonale afsnytang? If you guess it right in the next 20 seconds, I will send you a free key for the Alpine Farming DLC that's going to be released in November. So the time starts now. While you're figuring that out, I'm going to get the stream up and running that we were playing FSL on. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Yeah. Sorry, dude. You were too slow. even if you weren't trying. Okay, so diagonale afsnytang is a side cutter. I cuck you not. All right, so I want to have a little bit of fun. This is about 15 minutes. I will keep like a running commentary on it. Like I said, you're only going to catch my side of the discussion. Just want to go in a little bit. All right. Okay, so let's just hook up a display capture. Come on. Why are you not cooperating? Something's not working too well here. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. My stream seems to have locked up on me. I don't know if you can still hear me. Oh, I don't see or don't know. Yeah, Namakwa Farmer. Did you get it in time, mate? My stream froze up while I was still busy talking. I'll have to check. If you made it, then, deal's a deal. I'll have to send you that key. Go check it out. But yeah, it's some fun things that you can only describe in Afrikaans. It's definitely a colorful language. It's brilliant like that. I love it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's finally gotten itself in order. Alright, so you guys... Alright, awesome. Thanks, Namako Farmer. Yeah, I got the stream back up and running. And let's just get that going. Okay. Blue again. So I'm going to kill the game capture side, and you should be able to see this. So I'm going to jump it a little bit ahead just so we can get into up to speed. Okay, so here's the actual game starting. Okay. Just tell me if you can see okay. There we go. I'm good with that. I'll definitely check it out, Namako Farmer. If, a deal's a deal. If I promised it and you made it, well, then you're getting that key. Yeah, I don't... Until you know the game, banning is pointless right now. Alright, so unfortunately, you're only catching my side of the conversation. I'm not going to ban anything. If I talk over myself, then just ignore it. We rather look at getting... Alright, then I'll make sure that you have that key and maybe do before it's available or the perks and see how that works before it gets released. So do you have the base game, Namako Farmer? If not, I can give you the base game instead, or I can give you the DLC. It's your choice. So in any case, on the FSL side, we'll catch up with that. Now, you'll see at the top there's points. There's 20p on either side. Each phase has got different things that you can do. You can ban certain vehicles. You can, ban harvesters and balers and tractors and teleloaders. But everything costs points. Now, everything time you do that, we didn't just for the point of the game. We didn't ban anything because we rather took the power-ups and that kind of thing. So it allows you to select something, and then also allows you to confirm the selection. So it allows you to go through a lot quicker. I like the fact that you can
speed up
and
the selection by confirming.
So each captain has got two picks. All right, cool. So you want? I'll make it. I'll make it your choice. Which DLC would you prefer? Because I'm going to go out and get this specially for you. So if you want the Alpine farming one, I'll give you that. If you want one of the other ones, well then we're good there. And this is not a free key that I'm getting from anybody. This is coming out of my own pocket. A deal's a deal. So anyway guys, captain pick phase, you've got now where the captains can pick up the power-ups. They can
try something
they can buy a harvester or a baler. It'll actually be sitting next to the field. No more chip tuning, no more slight edge. They're kind of built into the vehicles already. There's personal power-ups that actually enhance that a little bit. There's some really cool options available. There's now 6 balers and 6 harvesters, so you got a lot more flexibility.
Harvesters or balers.
And you're not.
So they went to
the vehicles are not exclusive, so both sides can have the Massey Ferguson 7700 on their side, or the T6, or whatever that item is that you're going for. So it does make it
worth less
you could
points.
pick exactly the same equipment as the other team. It now comes down to not I couldn't get XYZ. I'm getting the option that I have available, and that's the best. That's the choice I'm going with.
Okay, so I took Runner and the Puma. So I did use 6 points there.
And you'll see when I have my turn, that runner that I selected, it nearly doubles your run speed. So it becomes a lot more strategic. It's not who can get down to the podiums the quickest like it was with Season 2. As much as I have mad respect for the guys who were able to win games with rushes, this takes it off the table almost entirely. I honestly don't know if you can get a rush. Possibly if there's 4 vehicles, I'd have to go and see. I want to go and test that theory. But none of the games I played, anybody came anywhere near a rush. Everybody got 2 harvesters and everybody got
really want to see what
2 balers. Most of the games.
So,
so you'll see player 1 of the red team and player 3 of the blue team had exactly the same tractors that they picked, the Massey 7700. In actual fact, I'm going to kill the volume on... sorry. I'm going to kill the volume on this side, and instead of having my voice twice... Fiber Concrete, man, thanks a lot for joining me. It was brilliant. Yeah, listen, we are going to have multiplayer maps. They are already in place. The stream that I was showing you tonight was off that. So if you wanted to join us on a multiplayer, the Discord channel is available. We are going to neaten it up a little bit more over the next couple of weeks leading into the tournament. There's no cost. I don't expect you to pay anything for the multiplayer. So you want to hit us up, you want to come and join us for a bit, absolutely awesome. Thanks for joining me tonight. Namakwa Farmer, Class DLC, yeah, I'll make that happen. Give me a couple of days, and I will get the key for you. And are you on Steam, or should I get the Giants key for you instead? I prefer the Giants key because I support Giants directly. The guys, kind of the platforms that sell keys and that kind of thing generally pressure the developers for, cut down prices and whatever else. So I'd rather support Giants directly and give them, the maximum that I can give them. There we go. Finally,
Xbox has come up. Let me go and see if Red Dead Redemption is on here. So in any case, what I was trying to say earlier about the FSL, you'll see now the fields are they're not straight like they used to be. They follow a little bit of a curve. You will see in the fields, you can't see in the field that I'm in at the moment, but there's actually weeds in the field. When you hit those weeds, you slow down. Hey Hippo, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining us tonight. Is this Hippo from TSR? So yeah, if you hit the weeds, it slows you down. You know, it makes it a lot more difficult to get around. If you look into the far field there, you see the little green bits sticking out. Those are all weeds. I'm certain that the harvesting is a little bit quicker on this, so you build grain a lot quicker. Thanks for the follow, though, Hippo. I appreciate it. All right, yeah, cool. I'll organize the Giants Key for you then, Namakwa. And you know what I did tonight, there was a little bit of, you know, a shot from the hip, but I want to go and do some kind of a fun draw like this. Maybe not as quickly as this one, but maybe once a week we'll go and do something where we get a little bit of, you know, give something back to the listeners. So awesome. I will get that to you in the next couple of days. Can I reach out on Twitch and give you the key like that? So glad you can join me, Hippo. Yeah, man, it's been fun. I don't know, Hippo. While I got you on the stream, you know, you got any news on that opportunity you were looking at? Did you get it? I hope you did. All right. So you saw in the background there, the power-ups are dropped. Those drop twice in the game, so you can pick up different power-ups that have different effects. You can put up the bridges. You can speed up the trucks or slow down the trucks. There's a whole range of them that's available. Then also there's a super power-up that affects the game once. I think at minute 4, where you can. There's a few things you can do. You can destroy the other team's bales. You know, that kind of thing. It's just a completely different view of the same thing. It's really exciting, and we're going to be hosting our tournament now in October using this client. It's going to be fun. It's really looking like it's going to be a different space. Well, that's some awesome news, Hippo. I really hope you get it, man. It sounds like it's just from the little bit you told me. It sounds like it's right in your space, and yeah, any opportunity to grow is a good opportunity. You know, if it comes up, grab it. And Harry, having had a chat with Harry about a few things about another presenter, it sounds like everything's cool for you to do both, and we definitely don't want to lose you on the TSR space. So yeah, do what's good for you, man. So just for those who are listening, Hippo on radio is Yellow Hippo on truckstopradio.co.uk. One of my co-radio moderator, Hippo, and I are two members of the management team that look after the environment there, and Hippo and I are both presenters on the radio station. So catch Hippo in the mornings. Hippo, I think it's 11. Hippo is coming in from Australia, so his time zones would be completely different. But I think on my time zone it would be 10 to 11. And catch my show from 9 until 10, and then on Saturdays it's from 8 until 10. Yeah, Namakwa Farmer, if you reach out on Discord, I can chat to you there as well, Twitch, whichever. It's just a whisper in the channel, so it's basically getting a direct message. So there's nothing fancy about it. As long as you go into Twitch fairly regularly, I can send you the message, and you'll catch it when you come back online again. All right, so when we were playing this game, we took the Big Haul. On Season 2, Big Haul used to be just a little green trailer that could only take 25,000 liters. Oh, you just woke up. I'm just getting ready to go to bed. It's 25 to midnight on my side. So the Big Haul truck used to be a little trailer that could only take 25,000 liters. Now it's a big truck, and I think we put a full 39,000 in there, and there was still space. I think it can go up to 49,000 liters, and you'll see when it offloads, it's a beast. It offloads at such a rapid pace. It's astounding. All right, so there at minute 8, there was another 2 power drops that got dropped, and I was watching the Germans streaming a little bit earlier this evening, and the guys we were going for like 400, nearly 500 points, and on the German stream a little bit earlier tonight, I saw the guys making like high 700s. So it's gonna be exciting stuff. It's gonna be, fast-paced, and everything that you expected from Season 2, just a lot more strategic. Look how quick that offloads, that trailer. The guys who dominated this in Season 2, everybody has to relearn this. This is a completely new game. All the more reason for us to have more players coming in. There is serious money behind this. This, for Season 2, was 250,000 euros. Converting that to rands, it's about 4.8 million rand total prize pool over that period. It, even if you based in Europe and you're getting paid in euros, it's still serious money. For the South African players, man, that's paying off your farm. So we're looking to become a feeder into the FSL. We want to get teams competing in South Africa, and maybe get it to the point where we can get teams to go over there or compete online, or we have special tournaments or something like that. That's all stuff that's kind of in the air that is possible. Whether that'll happen or not, only time will tell. It depends on how successful we are. And the competition that we're having now in October, I'm personally funding it in its entirety. I have no sponsors. There's no cost to enter the competition. It's basically come and play and have a guess. And if it works out and we can get 1 or 2 players into an international team, or we can form our own international team, all the better. My team FZA, Farming Czars, we're looking at probably rebranding a little bit, but we will be competing, and I'm hoping to see a way of getting maybe 2 or 3 teams put together that we're going to go and take on the new teams. So I know Honiggang, I think, is still staying as they are. JK is in the chat here somewhere. We've got the Grimmer guys, who are now formed a new team called Voltra. They're sponsored by Voltra, so if they got a manufacturer's name, it means they're sponsored by the manufacturer. And then Trelleborg, I believe, is going to stay as they are. I'm not too sure, but there's going to be some serious shuffling around. It's not going to be the same guys just doing the same thing all the time. Still with us, JK? I think we lost JK, unfortunately. Alrighty, so we did pretty well in this match, but I mean, if you look at it, at minute 4, the other team still only had 93 points. If you look at the drop all the way at the back there, you lose time chasing after things like drops. You have to be strategic. Not hitting a drop doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. This drop specifically, all it does is destroys one of the other team's bales. But the time it took me to drive up there to go and get that, the other team could have made the extra bale. You know, it didn't affect them as badly. So, you know, it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be fun. What I've been told by some of the Giants guys, Matt Haddock is one of the guys, and he was saying that as much as it looks completely different, this map is the same size as the map they originally had in Season 2. It's just been reshuffled and remade in such a way that it looks and feels completely different. You'll actually see it a little bit later. I go and ramp off the edge and go and see what the water's like and just go and play around a little bit. There's some interesting twists that they've thrown in here. Alright, so once this is done, what I'm going to do is look at maybe raiding one of the other streamers. Martin ML Gamer is online. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go for Martin ML Gamer. He normally has an interesting stream, and you know, he's a pretty entertaining guy. Alright, Hippo, thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate it. It's been a gas. Hope to catch you again soon, and yeah, I'll see you at TSR. Well, virtually see you at TSR. Still with us, JK? So I learned something interesting. I don't know if this applies in the version 2 client, this one. But if you drive with your vehicle with the pickup down, the vehicle actually becomes uncontrollable. It will actually hook on stuff, and it will, you know, when you try and take turns or something, it will push you. That was the case in Season 2 with the V1.4 client, and I think they've kept it for this one. So it'll be quite interesting to see how the guys learn around playing the game with that. Alrighty, so pretty much done with the game. You'll see I'm just ramping into the water. I just want to see what it does. Because it's water, I didn't know if it would actually reset the vehicle, or you know, the vehicle would not become usable. But if you drop a bale in that, I think that's going to be a bit of a problem. And the map actually goes off the end here, but you can't go past this point. It's just for show. It's just a design thing. So you can see it tips over the vehicle trying to drive over the edge. And the breakdown on the map is a lot more interesting as well. So they actually go into a lot more detail. You know, there's they break down how many bales you put in, how much grain you put in, how much you did put in, how much you didn't put in. You know, this is a lot more descriptive than it was before. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was I've been trying for a while to get that online. It's so interesting seeing the new client, and I really do invite you guys to come and join us. Hit me up on Twitch or Discord or any of those channels, and we'll play a few games together. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to raid Martin ML Gamer. and I'm going to leave you guys with him. I hope you enjoy his stream. He is pretty awesome. He is one of the guys that's involved with Virtual Farmer and his stream, so he knows his stuff, and yeah, he's an entertaining guy. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, Hippo, thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate it. It's been a gas. Hope to catch you again soon. And
Hostile force detected. Farming raid defenses. Weatherman. Mr. Ambassador. Raiding with a party of 5. How we doing, buddy? How's your stream, dude? Oh, I don't know why I bother looking. There we go. Can't wait for Riding Man. That looks quite cool, actually. That does look pretty cool, actually. Can't find the MP on the server. That's weird. It's in continental Europe. You should be able to find it. Oh, hang about. Have I gone? Ah. Right, let's